Hello. This is a bit different from everything else I've been doing, but it's been bothering me for a while. So, the root of all evil. At first, I thought it's probably PTSD. A lot of people that act crazy or have weird, very specific issues involving their weight or if they're ugly or not usually leads back to some kind of childhood thing or whatever. And PTSD seems to be the cause of most people being crazy. Now, you can have PTSD and it not make you crazy. It would simply make you weaker, or in very few cases, make you stronger. But most of the time, the people that you see that have some kind of weird issue with a character on a game because of something to do with proportions or what, it's really just the characters are attractive in a game and people are ugly in real life. That's what it is. And so people can't handle that kind of thing. I think that this, and also people being, jealous, envious, the bad traits that people have, I think they could all be lessened if PTSD was eradicated. Now, here we come to the true root of evil. It's not even PTSD. You would think that, PTSD causes a lot of things. It's basically everything that's wrong in the world. But it's not that. It's emotion. Because emotion usually drives people to do very bad things. And those things result in people having PTSD. So if you removed emotion from people, they could think more logically. They could admit fault more easily. They could say they don't know things instead of giving false instructions. Instead of acting like they're better than what they actually are. And you see this rampant in competitive games and really all over. So, emotions. And if they were cut out, well, you could argue that we'd all just be robots. But I don't think it would be exactly that way, because animals work mainly off of instinct. And they don't have strange things going on like people that are crazy about politics or extremism or whatever. They're not taken by some weird ideology or something that just makes life worse for everyone. I think that really the animals live in the most pure form because they just live. They're trying to survive, maybe have an alright time, and then they move on. Humans have emotions that make bad traits manifest. They have these things cause PTSD, and then they cause even more extreme things to happen. This is why people exist where you could speak logic to them and they would just be staring off into the distance until you're done, and then they would go back to spouting nonsense. I think the world is overrun by, obviously, greed, envy, all the 7 deadly sins, and people with PTSD. If people weren't so emotional, and just for a second think, about all the people, all the problems in your life, a lot of them, maybe even most of them, or all of them, are powered by some kind of emotion. Someone's acting crazy. Someone felt a certain kind of way. This is why people sabotage you in the workplace. This is why people try to start fights with you in the workplace. Emotions are very problematic, and I don't think that they have enough positivity within them to merit their existence. Now, when it comes to something like, let's say, the human mind, our minds are wired to remember negative experiences. It's a survival thing. But the problem with this is that humans fixate on negative things. Their whole mind is about some negative thing, some strange, very specific thing that they just can't seem to reconcile or fix. That's also another problem. People with emotions can't solve problems. The whole point of businesses being created is to solve problems. Now, maybe not every business solves a problem, but usually the ones that do incredibly well are solving a problem that people have. And imagine if, on average, people thought, how can I stop being poor? Or how can I elevate my position? Without trying to sabotage someone else, of your own abilities, how can you do it? Think outside the box, be creative. A lot of people don't do that. A lot of people prefer to just destroy. Most people don't create. And if they do, it's very little. But most people are aligned mentally with destroying things and just making more problems. They'd like to let them fester and become worse. And it's a wonder that humans still exist.